Is there a lamp in the bedroom? Do you have it there? Have you seen it? Well, we are going to see the structure today. There is and there are in present and in past tense. Let's see how it works. Observe this picture. Look at what objects we can see there. We can see bottles, books, a laptop, a vase, some flowers, some lamps or lights, a faucet, a coffee maker, a stove, many counters, some shelves. We can say that there is a laptop on the table, or that there are some books on the shelf, and there is a stove in the kitchen, and there are some lights above the table. What is the difference? Why in some of them we are using is, and in some of them we are using are? Let's see how the formula is. There is a laptop on the table. There is plus our and plus complement. In this complement, we are going to have a noun that is singular. There are some books on the shelf. There are plus some. Some because this is more than one, right? When we have only one, we use our and. And when we have more than one, we are going to say some. Some books. There are some books on the shelf. The first one, there is because it is singular. And the second one, there are, plus some, is because books are plural. Then we have these other two examples. There isn't a cell phone on the table. I don't know if you remember, but in the picture, there was only a laptop, a cup of coffee, a vase with flowers on the table, right? So there isn't a cell phone on the table. There aren't any books on the table. The books, if you notice, were on the shelf. So we can say that those are negative sentences with the same structure. What do we do? Well, isn't in the negative form of be is the one that is going to give us the negative form in the first one. Aren't, the negative form of be, is giving us the plural form in negative. What happens if we want to ask a question? Are there any books on the table? Or is there a book on the table? And we are going to say no, there aren't, or no, there isn't, because all the books were on the shelf. So this is the way to ask questions. Verb be first, then there, and then the rest. If you notice, in questions and in negative sentences, we are using any instead of some, because for negative sentences and questions, this is the word we are going to use. Any. In the case of negative form, there aren't any books, or are there any books on the table? This is the difference between the positive one and negative and question. Now I will give you some seconds to observe this picture. Look at all the things we have there. Analyze every single detail and try to keep in mind some of the objects that you have in this picture. Are you ready? Let's move forward. In this case, we have there is and there are, but in past tense. Why in past? Because I already disappeared the picture. So we can use there was when we are talking about one thing. And there were when we are talking about more than one. So we can say that there was a bed in the bedroom. And there were two lamps in the picture. Why? Because if you notice, the two lamps were at the two sides of the bedroom. So we can say that there were two lamps and there was one bed. Now it's your turn. Try to remember what you saw in the picture, or go back in the video to see the picture again and to write some sentences. Then continue with the exercises you have to complete related to this topic in the weekly guide.